Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you are welcome. My name is Stephanie. On this channel we talk about business ideas that you can start up today and make a lot of money for yourself. Now in today's video I want to talk about 10 profitable short-term cash crops that you can start them now and start earning money. So sit back, relax, watch this video to the end. Let me know down below in the comment section which of these crops you might go into. I've talked a lot about business ideas and I realized that not everybody wants to either buy something or sell something. Some people actually wants to go into farming. So here is that video for you where you do farming and you earn a lot of money. So there are 10. So let's dive directly into the video. Number 1, which is corn, or you can call it maize, is the first cash crop I'll be talking about. Now it takes between 2 months to 3 months to get matured, and you can actually plant corn 2 to 3 times in a year depending on your location where you are. And best believe me, corn is so expensive. The demand is so high but the supply is poor. So if you go into corn farm right now, between 2 to 3 months you start making a lot of money. Now if you are around a place where you can do, like they call it water, like water irrigation, where you can always have water around the clock, it means you can always plant corn round the clock 24/7, because all that it needs is water and weather. So if you have your water, then you can always have corn around the season. Because sometimes when it gets too hot, people plant corn by the river banks and they still sell it when corn is out of stock. But if you can have an environment where you can tap water from a river and you connect it to your farm, or you can have a well or a borehole and then you plant hectares of corn throughout the season. This season you plant this section, as this section is getting to a certain level you plant the other section. Because if you have like 3 or 4 or even 5 hectares, don't plant them all at once. Divide them into sections. You plant this section now. Once it's getting to a certain stage, you plant the next section. Once it's getting to a certain, so that throughout the season you always have corn. By doing so, you will make a lot of money in this farm sector. The second short-term crop is groundnut. Groundnut takes between 4 to 5 months to get ready, and if you're around sandy environment where there's a lot of sand, this soft ground, you can always have good harvest. And it takes between, like I said earlier, 4 to 5 months. You can plant it 2 times in a year. We know how important groundnut is. We use it to make groundnut oil, groundnut paste, a lot of things from groundnut. So the cost is really expensive. So groundnut is something that within a short period of time you make money. The third is yam. We have yams that get ready between 14 weeks right up to about 9 months. So there are different categories of yam. Depending on your location, you can always find something that can suit your location and the season. So if you go into the planting of yams between 14 weeks to 9 months, you have this batch is ready, the next batch by 6 months, and the next batch by 9 months. So yam is another thing that will give you a lot of money, especially if you do it big. Now these business ideas I'm sharing is not just like something that you do it small. Do it big, hectares, and you earn money. Number 4 is plantain. Now plantains are becoming so expensive. I don't know a bunch of plantain now that I got this money, like this money is 9,000 francs for a bunch of plantain. Plantains are getting so expensive. So if you can go to a black bush, a forest, you get a piece of land there, cultivate or plant plantain. Now when it comes to plantain, there are 2 ways. You can either nest the seedlings and then transplant them, or you remove the suckers from the already matured plantain, the suckers, and then you go and plant them. But now when you want to go with the suckers, you might not have enough. But going with plantain seedlings, especially good species of plantain, between 9 months to 12 months, you'll be making good money from your harvest. And plantain is something that once you plant it, you will always have plantains round the clock. It's a one-time planting and multiple harvests. Like you will harvest until you will retire from plantain farming. Number 5 is cassavas. Cassavas takes between 8 months up to 18 months to get ready, because there are about different types of cassavas. So it takes between 8 months to 18 months. We all know that Currently, cassava is used for so many things. We have cassava flour, we have gari, which is a popular one. We know we have water fufu, we have bubolo. There are so many things that are produced from cassava. We have cassava flour that, they are using it to produce a lot of baking products. So if you go into the cultivation of cassava between 8 months to 18 months, you'll be having good harvest. And to cultivate cassava is really not expensive if you've been doing it before, because you can always use the sticks and replant it. Or even if you buy the sticks now and plant them, next planting section, you use the sticks from your previous farm and then you replant it back. Yeah, so it's something that will give you a lot of money. There's next cash crop that will give you quick money. This one is really, really quick, like between 10 days to 15 days. This one will give you very quick money. I mean, 10 days to 15 days is huckleberry. Huckleberry is so expensive. If you're a Cameroonian, that's our traditional meal. Those of us from the grassland, that's part of our traditional meal. And everywhere that we go, we represent our culture. Huckleberry and fufu, huckleberry, cocoyam, huckleberry and plantain. It's a beautiful traditional delicacy, and it's many people from different regions, different parts of the world, they prepare it in different ways. So huckleberry is something that if you want really, really fast money, get a good piece of land, prepare that land, nest the seedlings and then transplant it. Or if the land is too big, you don't transplant it. There's a way that we do it. Like we used to just take the seedlings, we mix it with good soil, and then we just distribute it all over the surface that we have already prepared. There's a way you prepare your land before you do huckleberry, and it's going to give you massive harvest, massive. But if you want to do it big, you have to nest it somewhere, and then you transplant it so that you plant in order, so that you'll be able to water it, you'll be able to weed it to have good harvest. Number 7 is cucumber. Cucumber is something that takes between 50 days, or should I say cucumber? It's something that takes between 50 days to 70 days to get ready. Now, once you've planted it, like you've prepared the land, you plant it, you spray it, you allow it, to start producing. When it is time for harvest, you also have what? Multiple harvests before the crop actually dies down. So cucumber is something that is in high demand. High demand. If you go to every supermarket, you will see it there. People are consuming it every single day, and people love it in so many ways that people consume it. So if you go into the cultivation of cucumber, can you believe that one of it is about 300 to 500 francs for one? So imagine harvesting from hectares, in baskets, in bags, you're definitely going to make a lot of money from cucumber. Number 8 is watermelon. Watermelon takes between 80 days to 100 days to get matured. From the time when you prepare the soil, you plant it, to get matured, it takes between 80 days to 100 days. If you know about watermelon, you know how expensive it is, and then you know how good it is. People consume it in so many ways, as fruit juice, and because of health issues, a lot of people are consuming fruits and vegetables. If you know, you know. So that's why with these business ideas or these farm cash crop business ideas, you can never go wrong because of the demand and how people are consuming it. Number 9 is tomato. We have different types of tomatoes. We have, for example, we have the Bamenda tomato and we have the Southwest tomatoes. These are 2 different types of tomatoes. The difference is when the Bamenda tomato, you have less water and it's really big and it's strong, while with the Southwest tomatoes, it has a lot of water in it. For now, these are the 2 that I have been able to consume, so I can talk about it. And if you know, we don't just make our tomatoes around Cameroon and we consume it, we also export abroad. So tomato is something that, especially during festive seasons, it gets so expensive, and so many people consume tomato in so many ways. Tomato stew, tomato sauce, jollof rice sauce, canned tomatoes, sachet tomato, So if you go into planting of tomatoes, you will never lack market. There is already a market for you. You just need to make sure that your crops get ready in season, and make sure you plant them in season, because if you go wrong with it, sun can destroy it, insect or other things affecting tomatoes can destroy your crop. So you must make sure you go and do this in season, so that you also meet with a market in season. Because the people that get their tomato ready, let's say when it's already out of season, that time you sell it so cheap. But if it is in season, you sell them really expensive. So between 80 to 100 days, your tomatoes are ready. So you have to calculate it so that in due season, tomatoes are ready. Finally, the number 10 cash crop here is Irish potatoes. Irish potatoes, they are good for all classes of persons, for babies, for adults, for elderly persons that they have maybe health issues, or they cannot really chew or bite things that are really strong. So for babies, sometimes when you want to win a baby, you feed them with Irish potatoes. And even for us, we like Irish potatoes in so many different forms, and as elderly people, they also consume it, and it's really, really good for our health. So Irish potatoes is something that if you go into it, you will never be wrong. Irish potatoes take between 90 days to 110 days to get ready. And with this particular one, you don't really plant it everywhere, because weather affects it, climate affects it. So there are certain areas that you should consider this one. Like, for example, if you are in the northwest, there are places that Irish potatoes does so well. And if you're in the southwest, like Boya, Irish potatoes can be a little bit profitable if you add in some extra effort. Though the yield might be low, but in areas like northwest, it's really, really high. So another thing that I would want to say here, which is the last one, is also beans. Beans, and this one now is for you. How long do you think beans takes to get ready? Drop it in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the part 2 of this video. And until now, I'll see you all next time.